Partnering with a company like Salesforce Europe is very important because the first thing that you want when you get in the market is trust, is experience, is legacy, and it's something that you will find in Salesforce Europe. That's actually why I'm working with Salesforce Europe, why I am actually Salesforce Europe in France, is because you want to be sure that this company you work with has a proven experience pushing similar brands such as yours, simply because I didn't do much in my career, but from I've heard and from what I'm witnessing in terms of the jobs that I do, it's really hard. First, it's hard to do hardware, but it's also hard to push hardware through retailers. It's something that it's gonna get bumpy, it's gonna get windy, you're gonna have everything. So you want someone experienced, you want someone you can trust, and kind of having this overarching banners that say Salesforce Europe on top of someone, random person that you'll find on LinkedIn, is important because again, you basically know what you're gonna get even before it's actually started to work. So that's the first thing, and that's really my message to brands. And if I were a brand tomorrow, I would hire Salesforce Europe. I would hire people from Germany, people from the UK, simply because I know what they did, and I know that they're still here to do that. So now, who are those people? I'm just going to talk about me now, but who is someone like that? Well, it's someone basically who has experience, again, who has done this before, but who is still willing to know what it will take to bring a new partner, in my case in France. I would not advise brands to contact retailers direct. I would not do that because, well, first off, there are all those kind of barriers that you can think about. There's time difference, language difference, culture difference. For instance, if you're American will say yes to everything until they find, bottlenecks, eventually, go back and say, maybe we need to change this and that. In France, for instance, it's just one example, but the culture is different, and they will say no from the start to everything. But again, if you are, even for me, it's it's kind of tough sometimes. But if you're American and if you hear no firsthand, I guess that you will think, well, it's not going to work. No, it's just that we put the bottlenecks before. We think about all the reasons why your project cannot happen before, and once all those points are removed, we roll things out. It's just a different way to make things happen. So that was just an example regarding the culture. And also all those barriers to entry. But there is also another reason. It's actually because retailers do not have time. There are hundreds of brands out there who send emails to buyers, say, hey, this is my product, do you want to buy it, do you want to put it in your stores? Even if you were to believe that your product is different than all those products that they receive email from, well, the buyer will think and will probably be right by thinking that you may have done the best product possible out there, etc., and it may deserve to be on the shelves, but do you actually know what it takes to get to the stores? Trust me when I say this, when I get a buyer to say, yes, I will put a product in your store, that's actually where the job begins. Because then you have a lot of things that are really challenging to tackle, and actually sometimes it happened that the buyer said yes, your product will be in the stores, and no, it didn't go in the stores for many reasons after. And in the other situation where you're actually with someone from Salesforce Europe with the proper resource, if your offering is only just presented by this person, and then of course managed by this person, the buyer will know that you have the experience, that you know what it is to work with him, what he needs, and he knows or she knows that it's basically it's a gain of time.